Hello everyone. Let's take a harmonic journey. We can begin by closing our eyelids. You can be doing this sitting or laying down. And the first thing we want to do is bring our attention to the rising and the falling of our breath. No forcing, no effort. Just your gentle attention, following the breath, the natural rhythm of your breath. And we can enhance this experience by having the idea that the breath isn't something that you take, it's something you receive. So you can let go of any need to grab or grasp or force or hold on, and instead you can release, let go, empty, open. And go now even deeper by doing absolutely nothing at all, except being still and waiting. Waiting to be breathed. For you probably experienced that moment when it wasn't you that was breathing, you were being breathed. It says in the Bible that when God made man, He took the dust of the earth and He breathed into it. Well, whether God was a he or a she or an it, the idea that God breathed into us, that God is breathing us, is such a poetic image and feeling. But it's also a truth that we're being breathed. Because even when we're not conscious of breathing, we're breathing. And even if we hold our breath, we would eventually pass out and be breathed again. You may be seeing a color now in the center of your head as the energy moves upwards, and you become aware of a spiritual presence that surrounds and fills you at this time. So we ask for the highest and purest light from the highest and purest source to surround and fill each one of us at this time and the space that we're in for our highest good. So we have the light, and we can actually feel that light around us, and as we are being breathed, We're now in a refined energy field that we've called ourselves forward into. So now we can begin to receive that light into us with each breath. Just feel it cleaning you out in the gentlest of ways. That as you're receiving this light into your being, into your body, into your mind, into your emotions, into your unconscious, it's kind of cleaning you out, cleansing you and purifying you, balancing you and healing you. You're not doing it. You're not even breathing. You're just allowing the space for it to take place. You're getting out of the way so that the healing can take place within you, so that this presence of light, this presence of God, can do the healing and the balancing and the harmonizing. And now allow yourself to be transported to a place that you love, a place that brings you a quality of peace, of joy. Perhaps it's a home, but perhaps it's a scene from nature. Maybe the stillness of a lake high in the mountains. It could be you're by the ocean. You see the vastness of the ocean. Or maybe you're on a beach and you see the lapping of the waves on the shore. Maybe you like to be in the mountains. Perhaps you're at the top of a mountain. Or maybe you're at the base of the mountain and you see the grandeur of the mountains. Perhaps you're in a forest with green trees all around you. Maybe it's an Amazonian forest where there's lots of wild shrubs and trees. And of course, you want to be in a place where you're completely safe. Just take in the visual sight of this place and just appreciate the qualities, the vibrancy of the colors, if it's the ocean, or the leaves on the trees. And be aware of what quality it imparts to you. We mentioned the lake may have a peacefulness or a stillness to it. The mountains have a power, a grandeur. The ocean has its own soft power, its own depth and magnificence. Perhaps it's the sun that you need, or maybe it's the cool breeze. So be aware now of what you feel around you. Is it the sun's rays, or is it the fresh oxygen? Maybe from the ozone of the ocean, or from the fresh air in the mountains or in the forest. It's all bringing you into balance. You are really there in this place. Perhaps you're sitting cross-legged on a rock, or you're laying down, completely relaxed. Maybe you have your eyes open or your eyes closed in this scene. What are you hearing? Is it the birds in the trees? Is it that lapping of the ocean. Perhaps it's the wind. The wind through the leaves, the wind over the ocean. Perhaps you're by a stream, a babbling brook, which will have its own peaceful, beautiful sound. You're in a beautiful scene with wonderful fragrances, perhaps the aroma of flowers. Perhaps it's a pine forest that you're in. That fragrance, aroma. Just let those fragrances, those qualities, infuse your being with strength, with health, with peace, and with love. Yes, love. That you're loving being in this scene. You're loving the sights, the smells, the qualities, what you hear and what you feel. Your whole being is merging with this scene. That quality is now you. The power, perhaps, the stillness, the peace, the joy, the love. Be that quality, for it is you in your essence. Or just take a minute or two in silence while you really absorb that quality, really own it, claim it as yours, for it is. And you can continue on this journey. Or you can just come back into the room, whatever you prefer. If you're coming back into the room, you can just slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Allowing yourself to take a deeper breath. If you're continuing your journey, just keep going. Keep merging with that scene until you become that quality. And just know always that if you can't go out into nature, you can always bring nature into you. For you are never separate from it. We can end, if you like, by saying Berush Beishan, as Those of you who come back into the room can open your eyes. The blessings already are. Berush Beshan.